Hello and welcome to another video by Day Night Gaming. In this video we will be taking Weaver from level 70 to 80 in the MMORPG known as Final Fantasy XIV. Before we begin, we're going to have to buy a couple materials for use in this video, starting with 12 Dwarven Cotton Cloth, 6 Grade 1 Mine Alkalest, 6 Green Glider Leather, 6 Halgai Mane, 12 Iridescent Silk, 9 Mana Silver Nuggets, 18 Pixie Cloth, 9 Pixie Floss, 6 Sea Swallow Leather, and 6 Silk Leather. So we're going to start off by speaking to Regulant Rose in the Weavers Guild in the city of Ul'dah to pick up the quest known as the Butterfly Effect. After that, we're going to teleport to the city of Kugane and take the Aetheryte telepoint to the Rakuza district. From there we're going to head west and we're going to speak to Keimei. Please take note of this location as we will be returning to here very often. After speaking to Keimei, we're then going to head east back toward the Aethernet shard. Then we're going to turn left and head due north into the alleyway behind the Aethernet shard. And then we're going to turn left again and head west down this alleyway and speak to Kotocho. And just like with Keimei, please remember this location as we will be heading to this location quite often in this video. After speaking to Kotocho, we're then going to head back to speak to Keimei. And when you're done speaking to Keimei, then to his left, speak to someone named Yagiri, which will task us to craft one high quality elegant bustle. Now the good thing about this recipe is they actually provide us with the materials, so completing this craft requires no gil investment out of pocket. Now I'm gonna go ahead and eat high quality blood bullet based food, but if you watched our previous video and used the same exact gear that I used previously, then you will not need to eat this food. Now the only reason why I'm eating this food is to show you what food you could use in order to boost your stats in case you're using different types of gear. So we're going to be starting off with a new skill that we recently recovered, and it's called Reflect. Now please take note that this is a opener and it must be used on the first step of our craft, and as you can see here, it's going to give us 3 stacks of Inner Quiet right out of the gate. After that we're going to be using Innovation, and then after that we're going to be using Waste Not, and then we're going to follow up by 4 basic touches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if you need to, you can go ahead and use Innovation, Great Strides, and Byregot's Blessing. And then after that, we're going to use Veneration, and then we're going to use Careful Synthesis twice. So 1 and 2 to finish it off. And there we go, high quality elegant bustle. And now that that's crafted, we'll report back to Keimei and turn it in. And then after doing so, we will speak to Keimei one more time and accept the next quest in the quest line. But before we do that, let me real quickly rearrange my hotbars. From now on, I'll always be using Reflect as my opening action, and very rarely manually cast Inner Quiet. So now we're going to speak with Keimei and accept the quest known as the Crane's Caveat. And just like previously, we're going to head back to the alleyway behind the Aethernet telepoint and speak to Kotocho. So here we are in the back alleyway and we're going to speak to Kotocho. And after that we're going to head back around the corner and speak to Keimei again. So here we are back at Keimei, so go ahead and speak to him now. And then after that, we're going to go next to him and speak to Yagiri again. And as you can see here, he's going to want us to craft a high quality Winsome Spring dress. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we're going to be starting off by using Reflect, and then we're going to use Innovation. After that, we're going to be using 4 Prudent Touches, which is the new skill that we just learned. And it basically has half durability cost, so we will not need to use Waste Not this time. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you can see, each time we used it, it only used 5 durability. Now we're going to go ahead and use Innovation, and then Great Strides, and then by our God's Blessing. That should finish off the quality. Now from there, we're going to work on the progress. So we're going to use Veneration, and then we're going to use Careful Synthesis 2 times. So 1 and then 2. Alright, there you go. And we have crafted a high quality Winsome Spring dress, in which we're going to be turning into Keimei. And after doing so, please take note that we're going to be getting an extremely powerful new skill called Manipulation. And we're going to be using that in pretty much all our crafts going forward. So now go ahead and speak to Keimei one more time and accept the new quest called A Gaiko for All Seasons. From here, we're now going to head back to the alleyway, and again we're going to speak to Kotocho. So here we are in the back alleyway, and we're going to speak to Kotocho. And after that, we're going to head back around the corner and speak to Keimei again. So once again, speak to Keimei. And after that, you're going to speak to Yagiri again, and then receive the materials for the Seductive Bustier, which we're going to need to craft the high quality version of that item. So here we are, we're going to start off with Reflect, giving us our 3 stacks of Inner Quiet, and then we're going to activate Innovation, and then we're going to follow up with 4 Prudent Touches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to use Innovation, Great Strides, and by our God's Blessing, and then we're going to use Veneration, and then we're going to use 2 Careful Synthesis. So here we go, we're going to use the first one, and that's going to get us to over half, and then we're going to use the second one to finish off the craft. And there you go, high quality Seductive Bustier. And then we're going to take that item and we're going to turn it into Keimei. So now we're going to take the Aetheryte Telepoint and head to Pier number 1. After arriving, we're going to head west to the wooden pier and speak to Kotocho. And then after doing so, we're going to head back to the Razuka district and speak to Keimei again. Now that we have returned, please speak to Keimei one more time and finish off the quest. And then after receiving your reward, speak to Keimei again and accept the quest known as Send Me an Angel. And once again, like previously, we're going to head to the alleyway and speak to Kotocho again. So once we're at our destination, feel free to speak to Kotocho, and then afterwards report back to Keimei. So here we are again, so speak to Keimei, and then afterwards we're going to head back to the Aetheryte Crystal and then take the telepoint to Pier 1. Once arriving, head west and speak to Kotosuru, standing on the wooden pier. And then after doing so, take the telepoint back to Rakuza district and speak to Keimei. After a conversation with Keimei, then speak to Yagiri and obtain the materials to craft 2 Tenyo Hagoromo, and we're going to have to craft 2 of these in high quality. And just like in the previous craft, we're going to start off with Reflect, and then we're going to use Innovation, and then we're going to do 4 Prudent Touches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to follow up with Innovation, Great Strides, and then by our God's blessing. And with our quality maxed out, we're going to work on progress. So then we're going to go with Veneration and 2 Careful Synthesis. So for our first one, here we go. And our second one to complete the craft. Now we've only crafted one and we have to craft a second one. So go ahead and repeat this rotation to craft your second high quality Tenyo Hagoromo. Now once we've crafted both of these in high quality, we will report back to Keimei and turn them in to complete the quest. Alright, so now that we're level 72, we're going to continue on by teleporting to the Crystarium and go from level 72 all the way to 80 via Tradecraft Leves at the Crystomine Aetheryte telepoint. After arriving at the Crystomine, head due south to the Levmet. So here I'm going to show you the gear that I used at this tier level. Now please keep in mind level 72 has extremely powerful gear. So we're going to be using this all the way up until 78. And even then we won't be replacing our white oak accessories as they are an extremely powerful tier of gear and it's going to take us all the way up to 80. And just like in our previous videos, we're still going to be using high quality blood bullise food as well as high quality craftsman syrup. Alright, so now that we have our gear out of the way, speak to the Levmet Erkur and accept the Tradecraft Lev known as Hair Do No Harm, which is going to require us to craft high quality iridescent hats of healing. So please keep in mind for the rotation that we're going to be using for these crafts, you're only going to need 310 CP. So if you do not have enough CP yet, feel free to use the high quality craftsman syrup to hopefully get you above that number. But regardless of your CP, I still highly recommend using high quality blood bullise so you can get your control stat as high as possible. So we're going to be starting off with Reflect, then I'm going to follow up with Innovation, and then 4 Prudent Touch, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to follow up with Innovation. And then after that, we're going to use another Prudent Touch to get our stacks to 8. And then we're going to use Great Strides and then by our God's Blessing to finish off our quality. From there, we're going to use Veneration. And then we're going to use 2 Careful Synthesis. So here we go. 1 and then 2. After that we're going to be using Observe, and then after that we're going to use Focus Synthesis. Now please keep in mind that normally Focus Synthesis would have a 50% chance to work, but if you use Observe before it, then it becomes 100%. This becomes a very powerful ending skill when you want to complete your progress. So now that we've crafted a high quality iridescent hat of healing, we need to do this 2 more times. So go ahead and repeat this rotation for the next 2 crafts. So now that we have 3 high quality iridescent hat of healing, we're going to turn them into Moist that is standing to the right of the Levmet. Now that we've turned those into Moist, we're going to speak to Erkur, the Levmet, and we're going to pick up the Lev quest that we just finished, Hair Do No Harm, and we're going to craft 3 more high quality iridescent hat of healing. And just like earlier, we're going to be using the previous rotation to craft these high quality iridescent hat of healing. So now that we have 3 high quality iridescent hat of healing, we're going to turn them into moist that is standing to the right of the Lev Met. So now that we're level 74, we're going to go to the Lev Met and get a new Lev quest, and this time we're going to be grabbing the quest known as Gloves Come in Handy, and this is going to require us to craft high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting. Luckily the level 72 gear is so powerful that we can continue using that for this tier of crafting. Please keep in mind that you're going to need at least 417 CP after food and buffs. So we're going to start off with Reflect, followed by Manipulation, and then Innovation, followed by 4 Prudent Touches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by Innovation. Now this time we're going to do 2 Prudent Touches, so 1, and then 2. Then we're going to follow up with Great Strides, and then by our God's Blessing. We're going to go ahead and do that now. And this is going to cap out our quality. After that, we're going to use Veneration. And then we're going to use Groundwork, which is a new skill that's extremely powerful. Now this is going to use up double the durability, but it's going to have a high efficiency rate. So next we're going to use Careful Synthesis, and then we're going to use Observe, and then we're going to finish off the craft with Focus Synthesis. Alright, now that we have our high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting, we're going to go ahead and craft 2 more. So feel free to use the same rotation that we used in the previous craft. So now that we've crafted 3 high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting, we can turn the Lev quest into Moist. So once again, speak to the Lev Met and grab the Lev quest known as Gloves Come in Handy, and then we're gonna craft 3 more high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting. And since we're making the same items that we made previously, we're just gonna be using the same rotation as earlier. So now that we've crafted 3 high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting, we can turn the Lev quest into Moist. So now we're going to speak to the Lev Met again, but even though we're already level 76 and we can get the next tier of Lev quests, we're actually going to stick with the level 74 Lev quest that we just previously did and grab Gloves Come in Handy again, and we're going to be continuing on making high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting because the difference between the 2 Lev quests is actually very small. We're going to do this to avoid having to get a new set of gear and save quite a lot of gil. So now that we've crafted 3 high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting, we can turn the Lev quest into moist. So once again, speak to the Lev Met and grab the Lev quest known as Gloves Come in Handy, and then we're gonna craft 3 more high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting. So now that we've crafted 3 high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting, we can turn the Lev quest into moist. So once again, speak to the Lev Met and grab the Lev quest known as Gloves Come in Handy, and then we're gonna craft 3 more high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting. So now that we've crafted 3 high quality pixie cotton sleeves of crafting, we can turn the Lev quest into moist. This should get us to approximately 30% into level 78. Now that we're level 78, I'm going to show you the gear that I used. Please keep in mind that we're still going to be using the white oak accessories that we crafted for level 72 and up, as these are really powerful. For purposes of this video, I'll be eating high quality blood bullseye food as well as high quality craftsman syrup. Now please keep in mind that you only need 397 CP after all food and buffs. Alright, so with gear out of the way, we're going to speak to the Lev Met and accept the level 78 quest known as Healing Headwear. We're going to be taking this Lev quest all the way up to 80. So now at this level we have access to an extremely powerful skill known as Delicate Synthesis. What this does is it actually increases progress and quality at the same time. So we're going to start off with Reflect, followed by Manipulation, and then we're going to do Veneration, and then Innovation. And the reason why we want Veneration and Innovation is because we're going to follow up with Delicate Synthesis, which is going to increase both our quality and our progress bar at the same time. So we're going to do that now, and you're going to see exactly how powerful this ability is. So remember, we're going to do this 4 times. So the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one, and now the fourth one. As you can see, both our bars are filled up extremely high. Now we're going to do final appraisal to make sure that we don't fill the progress bar too early. So as you can see here, we're going to activate that, and that's going to give us a buffer zone. And then we're going to do Veneration afterwards, followed by Innovation, so we can get both of those buffs going. And then we're going to do 4 more Delicate Synthesis, and you're going to see that it's going to stop our progress at 1 short, and then we're going to continue on, and then eventually it's going to finish off the bar. And as you can see, both our progress and quality are finished off. And there we go, we've made a high quality Dwarven Cotton Petesos of healing. Now we're going to go ahead and make 2 more of these using the same rotation. Now that we've created 3 high quality dwarven cotton petessos of healing, we're going to turn these into moist. Alright, with one more level to go, we're going to speak to the Levmet again and grab the Lev quest we just did, which is called Healing Headwear. And we're going to craft more high quality dwarven cotton petessos of healing. And after we finish crafting these, we should be able to turn them in and obtain level 80 with 1 item to spare. So we're going to go ahead and start crafting these high quality dwarven cotton petessos of healing. Now it's up to you if you want to make 2 or 3 of these. I'm going to make 3 in the event that in the future the level cap will be raised above 80, so you'll be able to turn in all 3 of them and get some EXP buffered into 80. But because we're currently capped as of making this video, I'm only going to be able to turn in 2. Alright, so now that we've crafted our high quality dwarven cotton petessos of healing, we're going to turn them into moist. So this first one should get us pretty close to level 80, as you can see here, and the second one should cap us off. Alright, there we go, level 80. Hopefully this series of leveling Weaver 1 to 80 has helped you out, and thank you for sticking with me throughout all these videos. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider smashing that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe and ring that bell for notifications on future videos that I might be posting. And until next time, take care. Goodbye.